Hi, everybody. Time to get into it. NBA action on 2K Sports. Moments away, it'll be the Philadelphia 76ers going up against the Miami Heat. This is Brian Anderson, Stan Van Gundy, and Grant Hill here with me. And in a few moments, we'll hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce. Let's take a second to check in on the race for Rookie of the Year and see how the rankings are shaping up for this year's class of new NBA talents. Well, you look at Edgecombe, he's had a solid year, just not good enough to be in the race for Rookie of the Year. Still, here's a guy with an exciting future.
Such a gifted group of rookies this year. You can't help but be optimistic about the next wave of NBA talent.
Oh, I totally agree. The talent pool keeps getting deeper every year. This league is in a great place right now.
And let's check Miami's starting lineup. Norman Powell out there with Jaime Jaquez. Then it's Bam Adebayo. Then there's Tyler Hero. And it's MP in at the point guard position. And for Philadelphia, Maxey and Edgecombe man the backcourt. Trendon Watford is out there with Andre Drummond. And it's George in at the three, the small forward. Lots of basketball-savvy vets on the floor tonight, Grant. These guys know the game inside and out.
Well, the IQ is so high on both sides. You know, BA, you expect to see lots of intelligent play, and I always get excited to see teams with this much experience. Edgecombe's ability to run and jump are well known. This is what drew a lot of eyes to this young man.
MP against Maxey. Here's MP. Misses, and you know he wants that one back. And so it's Maxey who brings up the ball for the Philadelphia 76ers. They faced off right here last time they met, but the home club just couldn't pull out the win.
In this league, you have to stay active at both ends of the floor. I thought their lackluster defense was the difference in the game.
Yeah, poor communication at the defensive end. Many of the rotations were late.
Now here's Maxey, coming off a 22-point game against the Pacers in Indianapolis.
Yeah, just quick and crafty. Maxey really makes it tough on the defenders.
First trip to the line for him here.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He's off on the first.
You really can't understate the energy Maxey brings to his game. Not just effort level, but his attitude and how that spreads to his guys out there.
And he sinks the second. And for the Sixers, the growth of Tyrese Maxey has meant everything, Grant.
Oh my, his growth both with his play, but also with his leadership has meant a lot. And he has such a joyful energy. It really helps pull this team together.
Now here's Jaquez. Miami moving it around. Hero, the pass to MP. Just 4 to shoot. And again, it's Miami from deep.
He's looking very confident so far. The defense is going to have to account for him.
Pass to George. Here's Edgecombe. Here's George. A 29-point game for him in the win against Indiana. Sinks the tray.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Adebayo misses from close range. Outside Maxey. And the go-ahead bucket, no good.
Couldn't quite line that one up. Just got to shake it off and move on to the next one.
Down low. Here's Adebayo. Good. And the assist goes to MP.
Well, Adebayo makes his living on the interior. He's so dangerous close to the bucket.
Pass to Edgecombe. Just over 2.5 minutes played here in the first. And stolen by Adebayo. Now Jaquez. Now MP. The 3 ball. That one is off. George peels it out a bit. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
Getting it done inside. You know, I love seeing George be active on the interior.
And so MP will bring it up for the Miami Heat. And seeing this team right now is a problem. They've got 14 consecutive victories.
Well, you look at the discipline, the way these guys play under control, they never get out of balance when they find themselves in a hole. They just continue to fight, play their game, and enforce their own pace.
Now here's George. His scoring ability is impressive, averaging 20 a game. Nails the baby hook.
Well, he knew the contact was coming. Drummond took it anyway and finished.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, MP in the last matchup against Milwaukee was outstanding. He dropped 56 points and hit a bunch of threes. No surprises there. And really, it's a game that will stand out when you look at his career, considering how absurd some of those numbers are. Guys?
Great report there, Allie. It was obvious he could do anything he wanted. A fantastic win.
Well, I'll tell you, he was enjoying himself out there, kind of like us here in the broadcast booth. And whoever was matched up against him wasn't enjoying themselves.
Yeah, well, winning is usually fun, especially when you have it going like he did.
And here's a timeout from Eric Spoelstra now. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy. And some changes here for the 76ers. Bonus checked in for Drummond. Edwards comes in for Watford. And it's Gordon in for George. Wiggins, he's checked in for Miami. Mitchell comes in for MP. The Heat have gone 4 of 8 and looking in control. Pass to Hawkins. He's checked in for Philadelphia. McCain comes in for Maxey. Miami also changing it up. Ware's checked in for Adebayo. Norm Powell comes in for Jaquez. And MP subbed in for Hero. McCain against MP. Powell left side. From deep, MP. MP drills the three.
Nice looking three ball by MP. Proving he can hurt you from downtown.
Setting the floor for the Heat. MP is out there with Mitchell. Then there's Powell. Then it's Andrew Wiggins. And it's Ware in at the center position. Now here's MP. 5-point lead, biggest of the game. Pass to Wiggins. Kicks it out to MP. Fires for three. And again.
And I think some of us saw this coming, but now it's happened. He set the new all-time rookie record for points scored in a season.
This was a record that almost seemed unattainable, unfathomable. But here we are, witnessing history in the making, and quite possibly the start of a career that's already showing the hallmark of a truly generational talent.
And you know, with all the hype leading up to MP getting drafted and joining the league, all the naysayers out there can now be silenced. MP has not only proven he's a quality talent, but an exceptional and elite level player. You have to compare his point production to not just MJ's rookie year, but Kareem's as well. And MP has now topped them all, including Wilt Chamberlain's mark of 2,707 points in his rookie season way back in 1960. I think we're witnessing the beginning of a legendary career, folks.
So it's Miami now. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. MP outside. Five to shoot. Oh, another miss by MP. 76ers trail by 6. Pass to Bona. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Powell against George. Over Powell. The rebound by Ware. The Heat have gone 2 of 4 here in the second quarter. In a lot of ways, Paul George has been the prototype of the modern swingman, Grant.
Yeah, 6'8", and with his versatile skill set, plug and play on any team. But health has been a challenge as of late. Now in his mid-30s, can he maintain that elite level?
Well, even though he hasn't been in the league a long time, MP knows exactly where to get his points.
Edwards finds Gordon. And here's George. Powell covers. Fades away. Rebound Miami. Ware's got 4 rebounds in the game.
Well, he just doesn't have it right now. It's as simple as that. And his team is struggling as a result.
Pass to Wiggins. Back to MP. Three-pointer. He's got it going on. Now 7 for 10.
12 straight points off threes. This defense is not extending very well.
McCain against MP. Pass to Bona. It's picked off. It's Wiggins on the wing. He's been productive, averaging just over 7 points a game.
Woo! I just love that alley-oop slam, B.A.
Defense disorganized, defense pays. And here in the second quarter of action, as we approach 4 minutes played, Philadelphia calls timeout, fresh off a win against the Pacers.
And I'll tell you, that was not an easy environment to play in. It was a hostile crowd on the road, but it didn't bother them at all.
Give a lot of credit to this coaching staff for preparing them for that kind of environment. They went in and just executed their game plan.
And a new group getting ready for the Sixers. Andre Drummond is checked in for Bona. Watford comes in for Edwards. Edgecombe, he's checked in for Gordon. And it's Maxey in for McCain. Miami also changing it up. Adebayo's checked in for Andrew Wiggins. Fontecchio comes in for Norm Powell. And Tyler Hero subbed in for Mitchell. Maxey, that's good.
Oh, a high motor in close to the rim. Maxey finding a window and converting.
Pass to Fontecchio. Back to MP. Now Ware. Now MP. Hero right side. Count that one. Hero's got his first 2 points.
I just love the ball movement.
76ers trail by 14. Here's Edgecombe. He's averaging more than 12 a game. A consistent threat on offense. For 3, George. Kept alive. And that one makes him 2 for 2. He's in his rhythm.
Well, if Drummond's going to score, the paint is where it's going to happen.
And with the All-Star break just behind us, Grant, everyone should be well rested for every game.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, you'd be surprised how quickly that rest evaporates. It's much needed, but it only gets you so far.
Now here's Adebayo. He has 6. And here's MP from outside. Pure from three-point range. MP's got 24 points.
Just incredible. I mean, he's really making it rain out there, knocking them down one after another.
Well, what I love about his three-point shooting is the spacing that he's adding. It makes things a lot easier for everyone else. Yeah, and they're fighting to get back in this one, but unfortunately, he just keeps coming up empty.
Here's Adebayo, and he gets it to go off the front iron. And that's now 8 points for Bam Adebayo.
The youngster, MP, keeping that head on a swivel.
Pass to Edgecombe. 1:06 left in the second period. And here's Watford for 3. Drummond inside, working on Adebayo. Oh, misses the dunk. Bird passes to Adebayo. Here's Fontecchio. No good with the triple. And so it's Maxey who brings up the ball for the 76ers. 17-point game. Watford the pass to Maxey from behind the arc. It's hauled in by the Heat. They defeated Milwaukee in their last game.
Yeah, they were able to execute offensively in a hostile environment, which led to a lot of high percentage shots.
Well, and it's one thing to get the shots you want. It's another to make them. They've got good scorers on this team.
And he was dominant in their last outing. And the same thing here tonight. He is in a terrific groove right now.
Yeah, for sure. He is just oozing confidence. thinks every shot is going in. They should just keep running sets for him.
Pass to Edgecombe. Can they get it? Up again. Controls the rebound and the putback. Drummond's got 6.
That's a pure effort play. Nice tip in.
And that's a skill you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? So as we conclude the first half, a fairly one-sided game. Heat out in front, opening up a huge gap. And we'll see you back here after the break. Third quarter action in just a bit. Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Hey, you look at MP in this game, he's been everywhere.
And the bulk of his production has been generated along the perimeter.
And defensively, they're giving him too many good looks out there. They need to start running him off the line.
'76ers trail by 20. Maxey and Edgecombe man the backcourt. Paul George out there with Trendon Watford. And it's Drummond in at the center position, locking down the middle. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Now here's Watford. Yet to see a basket. Lays it up and banks it in.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. You know, that's why they continue to get attacked.
It's Powell on the wing. And here's MP from outside. And that one goes. Now 10 for 13 on the night.
Well, if you blinked, you missed MP getting that shot off.
Pass to Edgecombe. It's George on the wing. Powell covers. For 3, Maxey. Drummond. It's good on the putback.
Just great positioning to get the rebound, then get it back up.
Maxey against MP. Inside. Oh, got a piece of it. Adebayo. And that one goes in as he's fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts the free throw. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
One shot.
Free throw, no good for Adebayo.
Well, it's not easy being a 6'9" center in the NBA, but Bam holds his own fine with most of the 7-footers out there.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Thanks. Bam Adebayo is now the Heat's all-time leader in double-doubles. Bam said, I want to be number 1 in some, if not all of these categories. I just have to keep improving and keep chipping away. And then it's just focusing on getting these wins. Back over to you, Brian.
Good priorities.
One shot.
Thank you very much for the report, Allie. The free throw drops for Jaquez. Well, Grant, when you watch an NBA game today, do you wish you played in this era?
Oh, no doubt. It's a lot more open, and there's a greater emphasis on skill and player health. Oh, and by the way, those checks aren't too bad either.
Now here's MP. They lead by 24, their biggest margin.
Well, they have leaned on him offensively with good reason. Efficiency will help you win a lot of games.
And Philadelphia calls time here. And for Tyler Hero, people immediately think of the shooting, but there's much more to his game, Coach.
Yeah, B.A., look, he's much improved as a playmaker. As a rookie, he only averaged about 2 assists, but last year I think he was over 5, and he gives a consistent effort at the defensive end of the floor.
And we have just about a half a season left. Here's our latest power rankings. You look at Oklahoma City, they're building some momentum right now and aiming for a spot in the top 5.
Checking out Miami, they have really been superb so far this year, still grasping that number 1 spot and looking determined to keep it during the second half of the season.
The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
He's shooting well, doing his best to keep this offense in gear, but he hasn't had a lot of support.
Pass to Adebayo. From deep, MP. Rebound by the 76ers. George has got a rebound number 5 here tonight.
And that's their first miss after hitting 4 in a row to start the half.
Philadelphia moving it around. Maxey finds Drummond. Let's go with a 3. George, no good.
I mean, he's trying to shoot his way out of what's becoming a prolonged cold streak.
Yeah, I get it, but you don't want him forcing things. It's better to get your shots within the flow of the offense.
The defender had more size than him, but did not have more fight.
Miami shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game.
Well, he's just an old school kind of player. The footwork and patience Jaquez Jr. possesses is unique.
Now here's Maxey. Give him 8. Looking to get it going. And he hits the jump shot. Maxey's got 10.
Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to get him the looks he needs.
Up to Powell. And there's a 3-second violation. And checking out some numbers for Paul George.
And he's been locked in at the free throw line for sure. In the past 5 games, his percentage at the line is much better than it had been prior. Sometimes that's how it works. You just get that extra focus at the charity stripe.
Puts the move on, and down it goes. Jam that one home.
Such a flashy player. The ball control Maxey has is really impressive.
Powell outside. Jaquez with a screen on George. From deep, MP connects again from distance. Ooh, you can tell he's feeling it right now.
B.A., he's on fire.
In the 3rd quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Watford the pass to George. And the jam by George.
George's athleticism has always been a strength. Not many guys can pull off that dunk.
An impressive display. How about that look on the AT&T connected cam? The Heat have gone 6 of 7 and appearing confident in this half. Stolen by Drummond. And now the Sixers on the break. Here's Maxey. Rebound Miami.
Yeah, just a little off his game this quarter. He's trying to work his way into a rhythm.
And Adebayo slams it in.
Yeah, Adebayo there throwing it down with a little attitude.
Here's Maxey. He's got 12. Pass to Edgecombe. Driving inside, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
Look at the power on that.
He has to be one of the top dunkers in the game today. Out to the right wing. Adebayo passes to Jaquez. And here's MP from outside. Knocks down the triple. MP's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Bombs away in the first half. He's followed up the effort with 3 more triples since.
George passes to Watford. This one for 3. And that's good. Maxey for 3. Maxey's got 15 points.
Well, that's his first 3 here in the second half. Gotta think he'd like a few more of those.
And here's a timeout from Eric Spoelstra now. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. Both teams deciding to change it up. Here are the NBA's premier passing teams, the league leaders in assists. Miami, 3rd.
This is a squad that understands the importance of being unselfish and moving the ball. You love to watch smart basketball like that.
For Miami, they've gotten 8 of 9 to fall. Terrific. Heat leading by 22. On the floor for Miami, starting the fourth quarter. Khalil Ware out there with Andrew Wiggins. Then it's MP, then there's Simone Fontecchio, and it's Mitchell in at the 2. Bird, that's good.
Look, this guy is clearly on a heater from deep. If you're the defense, you cannot allow him to shoot it from out there.
McCain against MP. Outside Edwards. Kicks it to George. Pass to Bona. Shot clock at 6. From outside the arc. Rebound by the Heat. Fontecchio outside. Here's Bird. Perfect pass to set up the lay-in. MP's got 41.
Relentless in his approach. He has one thing on his mind: close this game out.
Pass to George. The 3. The rebound by Ware. Ware's got 8 rebounds in the game. MP right side. Now here's Ware. He's closely guarded. The 3 from Mitchell. Second chance shot. And it's good on the layup.
And attacking a somewhat helpless defense right now. Just a relentless effort.
Well, you love the dedication. This is how you have to play. Don't let up just because you're out front.
And for the better part of a decade now, the league allowing players to wear any sneaker color. It's catching on, Stan. What color are those you're wearing? Is that lime green?
Well, Brian, you know I've always been known for my fashion sense. I'm something of an icon, and when I come on camera, people are watching because they want to know what the next fashion trend is. So yes, tonight these are lime green. Tomorrow, we'll just have to see.
Lowry, good.
Lowry can be dangerous from deep. The defense has to guard him better than this.
Pass to Larson. Miami moving it around. Beyond the arc. Gets the 3 ball to go.
They are unconscious from outside, and so far the defense has had no answer.
Look, when the 3 is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
Now here's George, and Philadelphia hits again from deep.
Well, already an improvement for him from beyond the arc in this half.
Pass to Wiggins. Here's Larson, covered by McCain. From deep, MP. And again, it's Miami from deep.
He's carried much of the scoring load tonight, and with the win in reach, don't expect him to let up.
To the inside. Ware covers. Open shot by Lowry. And the 76ers tack on 2 more.
Coach is loving the ball movement.
Miami's gotten 3 threes to fall out of 4 attempts here in the fourth. To the middle. Here's Ware. Cash. It's MP picking up the assist. Ware's got 4 points in the quarter.
Like a matador. Olay! There was no defense. That has to be one of the easier shots I've seen tonight.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
Some sick ball skills displayed right there. And he's not the guy you expect to pull that off.
Bird passes to Fontecchio. The Heat rebound. Takes the 3. The shot misses. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. For 3, Lowry drops in the 3. Lowry's got 11 in the second half.
Yeah, the rare off-ball make from Lowry. We're used to him dictating the offense.
Pass to Larson. Back to Wiggins. And here's MP from outside. Connects from downtown. MP's got 47 points.
Well, they just need to keep getting him the ball. He has been terrific this quarter.
Now here's McCain. Tight defense on him. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. The Heat have gotten 7 of their first 10 shots to go during this fourth quarter. Rebound by Philadelphia.
That could have been an easy pass and finish. Not really sure what went wrong.
Yeah, that just comes down to the timing being off between those 2 guys.
Now here's George. Hits the trifecta. George has got 6 in the quarter.
And that's a smart read by the veteran Lowry. He's so good at seeing the floor.
And I love how he's pushing the tempo and creating for others. He does this game in and game out. Incredible.
Yeah, when you're moving the ball like that, it just keeps everyone engaged in the game.
Lowry with it, covered by MP, and the shot's good.
Well, he led him with the pass there, almost like a quarterback timing a route. That was impressive.
To the right side. MP scanning the floor. And we continue to see the value. Another one goes! Incredible!
Well, he's been firing on all cylinders, and the defense just helpless to keep up.
And this gives him the 3rd most 50-point games in league history. That's some elite company.
Yeah, sitting between Jordan and Kobe. And when those are your peers, you're doing all right. And what a complete performance we saw from them. A dominant win in every way for the Heat.
And they were on fire tonight. Fantastic offensive performance, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., they really shot the ball well. I mean, their coach has to be beyond thrilled with how well they played.
And another victory added to their resume. This will be their 53rd win of the year.
And they have to feel pretty good about themselves, taking the first 2 games of the season between these teams.
And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency for MP.
He ran things with precision, great command of the offense, putting his teammates in all the right spots.
So it's Miami now, following that last 3-pointer by Philadelphia. Here's Larson. Good, and the assist goes to MP.
Leaving nothing to chance. This run shutting the door on him.
Yeah, this run has poured a bucket of water on any ember of a potential comeback.
Fires from deep. So no problem for Miami as they get the win. Boy, this crowd has to be shocked by the way their team was dismantled.
Now, shocked and surprised. It doesn't matter what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to just waltz in and cruise to the type of victory like we saw tonight.
Now over to Dominic Hamill.
Prolific play per usual from MP in leading his side to victory. Your efforts stood out in more than one area. That means something to you, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does. One of my first rivals, a kid in high school, bro, like, he was the first really great scorer I ever played against. He was 10 times the scorer I was then, not now. But he didn't do anything else. I used him as an inspiration. I never wanted someone to watch me thinking. That's it.
I don't think anyone is, MP.
Of course.
Brian, back to you.
Thank you, Dominic. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, and Coach Stan Van Gundy, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. And we'll see you next time.